Hello students and welcome to the mathematics class. So you all know that this is the video for the 9th standard. As we are discussing our second chapter, which is polynomial. So in this video I am going to continue the second part of polynomials. So here we will study the topic zeros of a polynomial. So we are going to discuss about zeros of a polynomial and we will see how to find the zeros of a polynomial. To begin with, let the polynomial px equals to 5x cubed minus 2x square plus 3x minus 2. So this is the cubic polynomial. We will substitute x equals to 1 in this polynomial, that is, in place of x we are going to substitute 1. So p1 will be equal to 5 multiplied by 1 cube minus 2 1 square plus 3 multiplied by 1 minus 2. So on simplifying we get 5 minus 2 plus 3 minus 2, which is equal to 4. So here what we see, on substituting x equals to 1, the value of px becomes 4. So we say that the value of px at x is equal to 1 is 4. That is, the value of px at x equals to 1 is 4. So this is one of the, we can say, starting feature of the polynomial, that how to find the value of a polynomial at a given we can say at a given value of x. Okay, so here I would like to request that if you have not seen the previous video of polynomial, so please watch the previous video, because many of the basic and important features and facts about polynomials we have discussed in the previous video. So please do watch it and then switch to this video. Then only you will be able to understand easily. So similarly we can have various values of px at different values of x. So if we take p0, that is x equals to 0, then what we get, you can see 5 multiplied by 0 cube minus 2 0 square plus 3 to 0 minus 2, it becomes minus 2. So therefore the value of px at x equals to 0 is minus 2. Now consider the polynomial px equals to x minus 1. Substituting x equals to 1, we get p1 equals to 1 minus 1 equals to 0. So here for this polynomial x minus 1, when we substitute x equals to 1, so value of polynomial becomes 0. So what is particular about this value? As p1 is equal to 0, we say that 1 is a 0 of the polynomial px. Okay, so here we have derived the 0 of the polynomial px. So you have to make a note that the zeros of a polynomial means that value of x on substituting which the value of the polynomial px becomes 0. Once again I repeat, the zeros of a polynomial means the value of x which on substituting in the polynomial, the value of polynomial becomes 0. That value of x is called as 0 of the polynomial. So here p1 equals to 0, therefore 1 or x equals to 1 is called the 0 of the polynomial px. Now you have to make a note, or you have to remember some important point, that a 0 of a polynomial need not be 0. Okay, by the name that 0 of a polynomial, don't be confused that the polynomial value of x is 0. Actually it can be any value. Also 0 may be a 0 of a polynomial, means we can have the whole number 0 as a 0 of a polynomial. So now how to find the 0 of a polynomial px equals to x minus 1, or how to find 0 of any polynomial. Okay, so let us see in this case px equals to x minus 1, when we are taking x minus 1 as the polynomial, how to find the 0 of this polynomial. let px equals to 0 means as we have seen the definition that the value of x for which the value of polynomial px becomes 0, that value of x is called 0 for polynomial. So let us take px equals to 0. So this is called as polynomial equation. Okay, so for 0 of the polynomial it is important that the value of px should be 0. So we have taken here px equals to 0, which is called as polynomial equation. So here x minus 1 equals to 0. As px equals to 0, so x minus 1 becomes 0. Now very easy, taking minus 1 to the right side, we get x equals to 1. So therefore we say 1 is the 0 of polynomial x minus 1. Okay, so this is easy to find the 0 of the polynomial. We have to substitute the polynomial equal to 0 and then we can find the value of the variable x or any other variable if it is there. So therefore 1 is the 0 of the polynomial. Also 1 is called as the root of the polynomial equation x minus 1 equals to 0. Now let us solve an example. Find a 0 of the polynomial px equals to 2x plus 1. So here we will see how to find the 0 of any polynomial. Let px equals to 0. This is our first step. We will assume that the px is 0. Therefore 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Then taking x on left side, the term of x on left side and all other terms to the right side, we get 2x equals to minus 1 or x equals to minus 1 by 2. So we get the value of x minus 1 by 2. Thus minus 1 by 2 is a 0 of the polynomial px equals to 2x plus 1. So this is very easy to find a 0 of any polynomial, and actually this is a linear polynomial, so it is easier than other quadratic polynomial or cubic polynomials. So make a note, we observe that for a linear polynomial means that the degree is 1, as we have seen in above case 2x plus 1. The standard form of linear polynomial, you can see px equals to ax plus b, where a is not equal to 0. So for a linear polynomial, x equals to minus b by a is the only 0 of px. So as we have find in the above example also, that x equals to minus b by a is the only 0 of px. Therefore a linear polynomial has one and only one 0. This is one of the important fact. Sometimes it is asked in objective type questions also. So you have to remember these basic points, because when you go on complex questions you sometimes skip such basic points. So please keep these points in your mind. Let's solve next question. Find the zeros of the polynomial px equals to x square minus 2x. So as you can see, this is a quadratic polynomial. Let px equals to 0, then x square minus 2x equals to 0. Taking x common, x and in bracket x minus 2 is equal to 0, or x equals to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, as the product of two terms is 0, then one of the two terms should be 0. So x equals to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0, or x equals to 0 or x equals to 2. So we get the two values of x here. Therefore 0 and 2 are the two zeros of px equals to x square minus 2x. So in this polynomial we have got the two zeros of the polynomial. So please make a note, a quadratic polynomial px. So we know that the standard form of quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. So a quadratic polynomial has at most two zeros. At most means maximum two zeros. It can have 1 0 also, means 1 0 means both the zeros of the polynomial, quadratic polynomial can be same. So maximum two zeros it can have. So some important points. Number of zeros depends on the degree of a polynomial. Degree of a polynomial we have discussed in the previous video. That is the highest power on the variable in any polynomial is the degree of the polynomial. So here number of zeros depends on the degree of the polynomial. A linear polynomial you know ax plus b means degree is 1. So a linear polynomial has one and only one zero. A quadratic polynomial means ax square plus bx plus c has 2 degree 2. Quadratic polynomial has degree 2. Therefore, it has at most 2 zeros, as we have discussed in the previous example. A cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. So, since it is a cubic polynomial, so it has degree 3. Thus, it has at most 3 zeros, means maximum of 3 zeros. It can have 1 0, 2 0 or 3 zeros. So, maximum 3 zeros it can have. So, from these 3 observations, we can say a polynomial px. We have discussed this general form of the polynomial in the previous video. So, please do watch the previous video if you are still having some problem. So, a polynomial px is equal to an x to the power n plus an minus 1 x to the power n minus 1 plus dot 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 plus a1x plus a0. So this is the general form of the polynomial where the nth degree and one variable. So this is you can see a1, a0, a1, a2, an are constants. An is not equal to 0. This is in one variable x, and degree n has at most n zeros. Since the degree is n, so it can have maximum number of zeros as n. So please do remember these points. These are very, we can say, basic points, also important points. As I already have told, some objective types of questions comes based on this. Now let us do the question. Verify whether the following are zeros of the polynomial indicated against them. So we have the first question, px equals to x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 2, where x is equal to minus 1 or 2. That means it is given that the values of x minus 1 and 2, we have to check whether minus 1 and 2 are the zeros of the polynomial px. So we will solve the solution. Px equals to x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 2. First of all, we will solve and simplify this polynomial. So x square minus x plus minus 2, x square minus x minus 2, we can multiply the bracket, or we can use the this formula also, that x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus bx multiplied by ab, sorry, plus ab. Okay, x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. Now substituting x equals to minus 1, as we need to find whether minus 1 is a 0. So we'll substitute x equals to minus 1. So p minus 1 is equal to minus 1 square minus in bracket minus 1 minus 2. Minus 1 square becomes plus 1, minus into minus 1 becomes plus 1 minus 2. So this is the value is 0. Now substituting x equals to 2, we get, sorry, p2 equals to 2 square minus 2 minus 2. So 2 square is 4, minus 2 becomes minus 4, 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So in both the cases we get the value of px 0. Therefore x equals to minus 1 and 2, both are the zeros of px. So it's very easy to solve. Now next, and still I request you that if you have any problem, please do comment or send your queries on my WhatsApp number, because if you continue with any simple doubt, it may be big problem in future in solving complex questions. So please do remember these points and revise again, and give me your replies and feedbacks. So let us solve this question. Px equals to 3x square minus 1, x equals to minus 1 by root 3 and 2 by root 3. So here it has been given two values of x. We have to check whether they are the zeros of px or not. So solution, px equals to 3x square minus 1. Substituting x equals to minus 1 by root 3, we get, so we have taken p minus 1 by root 3 equals to 3 multiplied by minus 1 by root 3 whole square, because it was x square, so in place of x we have written minus 1 by root 3, then outside bracket minus 1. To solve, 3 and in bracket minus 1 by root 3 whole square, minus 1 square becomes 1, root 3 square becomes 3. Therefore 3 multiplied by 1 by 3. Then outside bracket minus 1. So we know that 3 multiplied by 1 by 3, 3 will be cancelled, so 1 will be left, so 1 minus 1, which gives 0. So therefore p minus 1 by root 3 is 0. Now substituting x equals to 2 by root 3, we get p 2 by root 3 equals to 3 multiplied by 2 root 3 whole square minus 1, the same as the previous one. We will take the square, in bracket we'll get 4 by 3 minus 1. Again 3 and 3 will be cancelled. We will be getting 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3. So here one value is 0 and other one is 3. Therefore x equals to minus 1 by root 3, which gives the px 0. X equals to minus 1 by root 3 is the 0 of px, but x equals to 2 by root 3, substituting this we didn't get 0. Therefore x equals to 2 by root 3 is not the 0 of px. So these questions that we have discussed are very easy. Please do revise the questions, and also I am giving you the home assignment to solve. Also I request you can practice similar type of questions from some other books also, because until and unless you practice you cannot remember the things. And maths, it is a subject of practice, so please do practice and be prepared for 9th standard, as you all have come to 9th from class 8. Class 8 pattern was different, but 9th is different for me, because class 8 you were solving simpler questions based on the facts, but here in 9th you will get the application type of questions, mostly application type of questions, activity type of questions, and also that here you can say you have a wide syllabus. Okay, you didn't have to just go through a simple exercise and you have to complete the course. You have to solve it from extra. You have to solve extra questions from different books, from different sample papers, from different practice papers. So please do prepare for that and do the chapters so that you can get the time for extra questions. So please don't linger your work, complete your work on time and be punctual. So here home assignment, solve exercise 2.2 of NCERT textbook, and also you can practice the extra questions from other books. So thank you for watching the video, and please do subscribe and like and share the channel. It's a request from you all, please subscribe the channel to get the updates, because I will be posting some good videos after finishing this chapter, which will help you to clear your doubts related to the topics of the previous classes also. So please do subscribe to receive the updates and get new videos. Thank you.